last game here, Zach. We been going for a while, but this is our last game. Michigan at Michigan State. The rivalry game here, the battle for Michigan, whatever you want to call it. What do they call this rivalry? I forget.
It's
Like the
Michigan. I
Paul,
don't care.
it's the Paul Bunyan.
Sorry, what? It's
No,
Paul Bunyan's axe, I think, isn't it?
no, it's not the Axe. The Axe is Minnesota,
Oh, you're
Wisconsin.
right. What? Gosh, what am I doing? Hold on.
I get another person yelling at me because I forgot the name of the rivalry. Did this
Okay.
in last
Oh,
night
it's
with
it's the
somebody
Paul
else.
Bunyan Trophy.
Paul Bunyan Trophy. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah, not
not
the
the
Axe.
axe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm sorry. I can't believe I just ascribed the axe
well, Paul
to.
Bunyan, you think of the Axe, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, John Jacobs. You know Muhlenberg. That's right.
there
I
you
got
go.
this yesterday while I was at visiting Muhlenberg. So
There you go. We're
anyway,
gonna restart this really fast, so that way when I clip this, it doesn't include me struggling with the name of the rivalry. So Michigan at
okay.
Michigan State. Michigan
Ah,
is favored in this one by 14.5 on FanDuel. The over/under is set at 48.5. Playing for the Paul Bunyan Trophy in this one. I totally remembered that and did not think had to think through that at all. But this is going to be a really interesting game, Zach. You saw some life from Michigan State last week against Indiana there at the beginning. Now Indiana put the clamps on later on, and as one would expect for one of the best teams in the nation to do. But overall, I want to start with my question. Is that okay if we start with my
go
question, Zach?
go for it.
Okay. Can Michigan State replicate their play action and quick passing attack to outside the hash marks like they did against Indiana early on against Michigan and find success? All right, got more stats for you. Ready for this, Zach?
Go for it.
Michigan State has scored on the first drive of 6 of their 7 games so
Wow.
far this season. Michigan has lost the two games they lost, USC and Oklahoma, both scored on the beginning drive of the game. Screens and quick passes were very effective against Indiana to begin the game, and screens were very effective against Michigan when USC and Washington played them. Now, Washington didn't quite have the athleticism at the offensive line to be able to help out, but they still did get 6 yards per reception in their screens. USC had 8.4 yards per reception, but the difference is that Maava was pressured 5 times when Michigan blitzed 21 times in that game. Michigan blitzed 11 times versus Washington, and Williams was pressured 13 times. So pressured more times than when they blitzed in that one. The screen game worked for Washington, but eventually they had to start throwing the ball over the middle. Cole Sullivan and Jimmy Rolder got interceptions in that game. 2 of the 3 on Damon Williams, and I think that this is a key for the game for Michigan to not be blitzing too much, so that way their linebackers can stay in coverage and not let Michigan State use the short passing game to move the ball down the field.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Thank you. I have more stats later on, but you can do your
Oh,
question now.
good. Well, my question is simple. Can Jonathan Smith circle the wagons after really a disappointing stretch? Because
Yeah, winless in the Big Ten so far.
yeah, I think there is a question out there. Is this team still behind Jonathan Smith? And I thought there was at least some hope for that in the beginning of the game last week, but I could see where even if they score first, I could see a scenario where Michigan just runs it up. In the first half, it's like 14-17-7, and that kind of breaks. It's like the straw that breaks the camel's back. Yeah, I think that's my. I just don't have a lot of hope, so that probably betrays my pick there. But I'm very, very pessimistic about the team sticking with their coach right now.
Yeah, it's a interesting situation for Michigan State. I think that Jonathan Smith is kind of going under the same stuff that Luke Fickell did, not to the same extent with the injuries and stuff like that. But still, not an excuse. You need to win games. You have Aiden Chiles, you have Nick Marsh, some of those guys. You need to go out there and win games. So there are people asking about Justice Haynes. He's expected to practice this week, this report says, and that he was limited last week and started up, but did not go. So there is an expectation that he will play. And then Evan Link is apparently going to return this season, but he is not expected to play. He was the left tackle for Michigan. So, but Blake Frazier did play well in his replacement. And Michigan State, I don't think quite has the pass rushers that Washington does, so it wouldn't be like they have an increase of pass rushing or anything like that to go against. So Justice Haynes probably going to play, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting. All right. My fun stats to get to. Zach, do you know what kind of surface? I know I'm asking you a lot of questions tonight. I'm quizzing you. Do you know what kind of playing surface Michigan State has? Grass or turf?
I think it's grass.
It is grass. Do you know what the numbers are for Michigan this season when they play on grass than when they play on turf?
No, of course not.
On grass, Michigan averages just 125 yards, 4 yards per carry, and a half a touchdown per game.
Who did they play with real grass?
Oklahoma and USC.
Oklahoma has real grass.
Yeah.
Well, okay, wait, hold on. Time out.
What?
You just named their two toughest opponents, and you're saying it's attributed to grass.
I didn't say it was attributed to grass. I just said that that's the stats.
Oh yeah, you can make stats say whatever you want.
And they're playing on grass this weekend, Zach. So
yeah, and who are they playing?
Not Oklahoma, not USC.
Not USC.
Well, don't worry, Michigan fans. I'll give you some hope here, Michigan State fans. Sorry, I can't stick up for you anymore. The problem is that Michigan State is in the bottom 5 right now of rushing yards per game allowed, and they have given up, and they are also in the bottom 5 in rushing touchdowns allowed as well. It doesn't get much better when you look at the passing game either, as Michigan State has allowed the most passing touchdowns in the Big Ten, second most of Power 4 teams in all of college football. Zach, they are tied with, ready for it? Kent State.
Oh, Kent State.
Yeah, not good.
Wow. Not good at all.
They have given up 17 passing touchdowns on the season, as has Kent State. You know the Power 4 team. I'm quizzing you once again. Do you know the Power 4 team? This one's not that hard. Think of a really bad team that Oregon scored a lot of points against.
Oklahoma State or Oregon State?
Yeah,
okay.
Oklahoma State.
State.
Oregon State I don't consider Power 4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're because the Pac-12's dead. That's right.
Yeah. So we are not going to refer to Michigan State as Kent State on this episode. Don't worry. But it's definitely a comparison that I just made, and I kind of feel bad for making at the same time. So, Zach, score predictions.
I have 35-17 Michigan.
They're playing on grass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what was impressive last week against Washington, a couple things. One was I think their defensive performance against a very good offense. And I think part of it was I thought Damon Williams played like a freshman. But I think too, Michigan, I think is playing more to their potential defensively, but also offensively. Like Underwood had a good game passing. Andrew Marsh starting to really shine at that receiver spot. And I think even if Haynes doesn't play, Jordan Marshall has been very, very good. And even if Michigan State does show up, I just don't think they have the horses, right? The last time Michigan State beat Michigan, it was in 2021. And it was on the back of a historic performance against one of the best running backs in the country that year, in Kenneth Walker. He's a really good back in the NFL. They got no Kenneth Walkers back there. Michigan's going to win 35-17.
I do think that if Michigan State wins this game, it's going to be a lot with Aiden Chiles, right? Like this is if they are going to win this game, it's going to be because Aiden Chiles is able to move, pick up first downs, kind of Mark Gronowski-esque a little bit with his, running ability to be able to get the first downs. And like I said, he did that at the beginning of the Indiana game, and he was protected pretty well. I mean, there were throws that were 20, 15, 20 yards down the field that he had time for. It wasn't like he was trying to navigate the pocket a whole bunch. So I did want to give Michigan State credit for that. I said that was my position group I wanted to watch the most in the Indiana game, not because I thought it was going to help them win, but because I thought I need to see this for them to be able to have hope the rest of the season. And we did see it a little bit. Rest of the game wasn't necessarily all that great, but at the beginning at least there was some good stuff. So um, I I'm with you. I think Michigan State wins this game. I don't think it's going to be necessarily
Wait,
close,
you think
but
Michigan State's going to
or
win the game?
no, sorry, Michigan. I think Michigan's going to win this game. I don't think it's necessarily going to be very close, but I do think that Michigan State will cover. I have it at 31-17, and the line right before we came on here moved, so it is 14.5 instead of 13.5. And with it being 31-17, that gets it just barely under the spread there. So Michigan State covers. We'll see. Might tell you if you were betting on it to take Michigan to cover, but 2 touchdowns in a rivalry game like this is a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Zach, this was the game I was referring to earlier that whoever loses this game, the fans will want to fire.
Yep. That made more sense as I thought about it more.
So. I mean, heck, some Michigan fans wanted to fire Sherrone Moore after the USC game.
I don't know why.
I think it was just because of the way they lost. They got bullied. Yeah. They got pushed around.
I think anybody who came into the season though that thought that Michigan was going to be like, I think Michigan can aspire to be a playoff team, and I still think they can be. But if you thought Michigan was not going to be a little inconsistent because of all the losses everywhere, you did not have the right perspective on this team.
Yeah.
And I know, like, and I'm not I'm with you. I think Sherrone Moore has shown some more warts as a coach, but I don't think USC is a good. I wouldn't say that that's the right take right now for Michigan. Michigan State, I also don't know if it's the right take yet because it's still year 2.
New athletic director though.
Yeah, I think it might be he might be on the chopping block because of that. But
yeah, I think that's the worst thing that's happened to him. I mean, obviously the losses too, but